Hello, good evening, and welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, to Heroes Lounge Season 6. I am Bears of the Forever Alones, and joining me for the first time for Heroes Lounge today as a caster, it is D-Fox. How you doing today?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. I am hope to see a great match today against these teams, and I hope you guys like it too.
Yeah, we've got a really fantastic match lined up for you all going ahead very shortly. We are going to be seeing Zenon Esports going up against Chen Nerfs, the second and third currently ranked teams in Division 1. So these are truly some of the best teams in Heroes Lounge, and they're going to be going head to head for us tonight. What map bans and pick have we seen for this best of 3D Fox?
Well, we see first of all Braxis be banned again by Zenon team. Like he said, he want like Braxis should be permaban on this league. Second, we have Chen Nerf ban Sky Temple, and the first pick is Infernal Shrines.
Indeed, it is. So going over to Infernal, one of the more commonly seen maps in Heroes Lounge for sure, and quite a nice map because it plays out in a pretty standard way. So we tend to see a pretty normal game when we come to this map. So I'm pretty hyped to see what these teams are going to bring. We've got the teams into the lobby and we're all set up, ready to go. So I'm just going to check that the teams are indeed ready, and we should be able to jump into the draft pretty soon. It is going to be Chen Needs Nerfs with first pick, first ban in the draft. Any thoughts, D-Fox, on what hero priorities we might be seeing from the teams or indeed on the map?
Yes, like we talked before the stream begins. I think we're gonna see a priority on Blaze. Both of the teams play with Blaze and solo lane, but we have a counter here. We know a Leoric in solo lane against D0 is pretty strong in the lane, and pretty strong too in the team fights because of the clean of the wave and clean of the shrines. I don't know, but I think we're gonna see for sure a Blaze in one of these teams and the priority of it. But the ban of Phoenix, I think it could gonna stay there for sure.
Certainly possible. He's landed in the Nexus with quite a splash. Obviously, we've only recently made him legal within Heroes Lounge. So whether the teams are going to be focusing on that in the draft, we shall see. I'm not quite sure whether the teams have said that they're ready or not, because they're managing to confuse me. Okay, we've got both the teams ready to go, so we are going to jump straight on into the draft.
Let's go then.
Infernal Shrine.
Here we go. So Chen Needs Nerfs coming in with the first ban and then, of course, the first pick. We'll see what they want to focus. Do want to just quickly mention Gunner cheering, time to try hard. Thank you for the support for Heroes Lounge. Gunner is indeed a player on Chen Needs Nerfs, in case you're not aware. So he's going to be showing his best games tonight. Looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, I think I see the stream of that player a few seconds or a few minutes before we stop.
Yep. Okay.
Deckard is allowed.
Deckard is indeed not allowed. Heroes are banned for 2 weeks after being released for play in Heroes Lounge.
All the tournaments is that, I think.
Yeah, indeed. So we won't be seeing, or hopefully we won't be seeing him picked up because it would require a redraft. Diablo getting focused as that first ban from Chen Needs Nerfs. Obviously, he has been rising in popularity in the meta recently, and he does perform very well on this map, particularly around those objectives. The choke points and the walls give him a lot of potential to land those stuns, and he can get a lot of value off Apocalypse as well. So very high priority though by Chen needs nerfs on him.
Yeah. I agree with you. Diablo at this moment is probably the tank with most pick at all. You have the health, you have the charge. The damage of the charge is like insane. With any other hero, he can combo with anything. Apocalypse with Maiev, with the ulti, with Stukov. Diablo Stukov is like insane membrane because of the lock on one hero, and Garrosh second ban.
Yeah, so 2 warriors being banned out right out of the gates. That's leaving a lot of the heroes that we've discussed, Blaze and Phoenix particularly, available, as well as leaving the full support pool unrestricted. And that's going to be a first pick Hanzo coming in from Chen Needs Nerfs. And I can tell you they play a pretty mean Hanzo, so
yeah,
that should be a good one to watch.
With the scatter build, I think they probably scatter build. I don't know, but I see on in the sites. This team is the second pick, the second most pick of the Chen Needs Nerfs is Zenzo.
Yeah, I know they definitely like him. Chat not happy that we're not seeing that first pick Chen for Bread Bucket, but what you gonna do? Maybe we'll get that later on. But I wouldn't hold your breath.
If you put the name, you need to play with a hero. Genji Medivh.
Genji Medivh, very strong early pickups from Zenon. Very threatening to that obviously very squishy Hanzo pick from Chen Needs Nerfs. Gives whatever composition Zenon end up with a lot of aggression and a lot of mobility as well. So that's a very powerful start to the draft from them. We'll see how they want to flesh out the rest of their composition, but also we'll see what Chen Needs Nerfs are going to respond to that with. I think I'd like to see them picking up a warrior here in their next 2 picks. Given that we've already seen 2 banned, they can pick up a warrior and ban a warrior with their next ban, and significantly restrict the pool of tanks for their opponents.
And in odds, when you see a Genji, you need a variant. Variant is open. Oh, they don't go. They go ETC Malfurion.
Gonna go with the more sort of standard, I guess, ETC Malfurion here. Picking just very strong heroes for the role. This does give them the option as well of restricting the support pool. Obviously, of late, Malfurion and Stukov definitely rising to the top in terms of power and popularity for support. So they could look to ban out the Stukov and deny that option to Zenon, force them onto a
Rhaegar.
Yeah, I mean, Rhaegar would probably be the next obvious choice from Zenon, although potentially there could be some other alternatives they might consider, like an Alexstrasza. Maybe even with the composition they've got, given that they've got the Medivh shields and they've got a very aggressive style of composition from those first 2 picks, they could even look towards a Karazim.
I would like to see Karazim back and Leoric ban. Well, with this ban, I think we're gonna come back a little. What I say in the beginning, Blaze is gonna be sure.
Yeah, I think Zenon are likely to pick up Blaze in this next rotation, in the next 2 picks here, because they obviously have restricted, as you say, that Leoric, which gives Blaze quite a tough time on the early game laning phase.
Yeah. You're sure about it? They have hard time on early game. In the late game, when you put the 20 talent, it's like insane. It's like it's very hard to kill them, and it does a lot of damage.
That is certainly true. So 2 picks coming in now from Zenon. They don't need to pick up their support, and they're not going to. They're grabbing 2 warriors. It will be the Blaze, unsurprisingly, as you discussed, and they're going to grab a Nubarak as their main tank there.
Yeah, it's a great pick. from them. If you see, you have Cancun to put on ETC if he goes more speed. If he goes more speed, in these days they don't go so much, but if he goes Mosh, you have Cancun, right? And you have the follow up of Stun of Blaze, right? And do not forget about the aggressive combo with Portal and Shields of Medivh. I think we're gonna see that today.
Yeah, it's interesting though, because Zenon have left themselves in a position where they don't have great wave clear, and they only have one pick left. So, I mean, we can definitely say that that's going to be a support. So, you know, they can look towards a Stukov or a Rhaegar that will add a little bit to that wave clear, but they're already going to be a little bit light on the ability to actually clear minions. Okay, well, we are going to see Karazim, but not from the side that I anticipated it. That's an interesting pick to me.
I'm surprised. I'm very surprised.
Mm.
The way they pick Karazim with that comp, I need to see that, dude. I need to see. It's gonna like be insane if they can manage to stand more with the time.
Oh, I'm sorry, you appear to be lagging out a little bit on Discord. Looks like the stream is fine, so hopefully it's not, in fact, my end. Maybe just restart your Discord or something, see if that helps. But we are looking now for a last pick coming out from Zenon Esports here. And, oh, for goodness sakes, I am so bad at remembering this. Right, folks, we are going to have a 5-minute betting window for this game 1. Get your bets in now. We've seen the drafts. We're going to have Stukov as that final 5th pick here for Zenon Esports. I'm sorry, I can't hear you properly, DFox. But we do now have the compositions ready to go, and we're going to be jumping on into game 1 of this best of 3, and betting is now available. So you can !bet A and then a number to bet on Zenon Esports, or bet B and then a number to bet on Chen needs Nerfs. I can see chat already getting in on some of that action, looking to try and make some points here. So we are going through on into this game, and I am struggling really to fully evaluate these compositions. I do think Zenon Esports have a little bit of a difficulty with the amount of wave clear they've got here, but Chen needs Nerfs have got a very non-standard composition, so I'm a little unsure as to how this is all going to match up. But
hello?
Hello, you are loud and clear. We are now into game 1 of the best of 3 between Zenon Esports and Chen needs Nerfs. On the left-hand side in blue, it is Zenon Esports. Skynox LFT playing that Stukov. We've got Chelvin here on the Genji. Montana playing a Nubarak. Q Openhag LFT on the Blaze. And Nikarasu playing Medivh.
On the right side, we have Brad Bucket on Sonya, RMZ on Enzo, Vase on ETC, Glenn Gunnar on Mofir in this case, and the Ravatar on Karazim.
Indeed. So both teams squaring off in the mid lane, but Blaze is already top here. Quite a lot of poke damage coming out from Chen needs Nerfs, and Sonya is now rotating up to catch that top side soak. Meanwhile, the rest of Chen needs Nerfs should be looking to rotate bottom, but they've got a catch on a Nubarak here, putting a lot of damage on him. He does have the burrow charge to get himself out, but he gets chunked down pretty hard there by the power slide and the follow-up damage. Nubarak getting chunked even further. Oh, the power slide! That was beautiful.
Power slide on Medivh, yeah. They don't wait. They wait for the portal and power slide him, stun lock him, and kill him on the stun.
Yeah, the power slide, the root follow-up from Gunner as well was on point, and that is a first blood going over to Chen needs nerfs. Anything you're surprised about or interested in on the level 1 talent picks from these teams, D-Fox?
Yes. Karazin going Transcendence in this case. This goes for real. These guys, they are playing like 3 seasons ago with double ill meta, double support meta, and I am surprised to see them come back again. If they can work with that, we got Steve.
The dive coming in onto Karazim, but great route follow-up. Great routes to deny the follow-up there from Chen needs nerfs. Karazim will be able to escape.
Well,
we seem to be losing you again, I'm afraid, my friend. Yeah, I'm apologies, but I cannot hear you at the moment. So catch out on a Nubarak once again. Great routes to slow the escape. He takes a lot of damage, does manage to get out, and Stukov will be able to heal him up. But really close to another kill there from Chen needs nerfs. And Ravitar on the Karazim diving in on a Nubarak. And that's going to be enough. He's going to secure a second kill here at a very critical timing as well for Chen needs nerfs. They're going to look to secure this bottom spear camp as the shrine is spawning on the top lane right now.
Second kill, bot coming up, camp coming on the bot, and the in this case, in the Infernal come active. Not the greatest start from the Zenon.
Nice attempt at gank here on Bread Bucket Sonya. The silence doing a lot of work, but he's still got enough HP to be able to walk on out of there. Really good slow and silence by Stukov, and follow up by Blaze there. Didn't nearly secure the kill, but Chen needs nerfs have now rotated up. They're securing the shrine here and getting at least a head start on this first objective.
And again, one power slide, again, Stukov silent, and he can manage live on, and that's unlock.
Yeah, the Stukov silence was really good there, denied a lot of the follow-up abilities from Chen needs nerfs, and did allow Blaze to escape with his charge there. Silence coming out again, and Karazim once again is the focus. We do see, whilst this goes on though, Sonya was still clearing minions on the shrine. 27 now accrued for Chen needs nerfs.
They don't need to force that engage. They know they can disengage and win the shrine, and when they win the shrine, they go for the objective and the towers. And that, I think, that is a smart move. That's a smart move.
They even briefly have a level 7 talent advantage here, and they're looking to capitalize on it as they engage aggressively onto the shrine. They secure the objective. Can they get more? Looks like the Medivh portal will be enough to get Zenon out of there, and they're going to look to try and defend this Punisher now. But definitely a good start for Chen needs nerfs, and they're aggressively following up on the Punisher. Medivh once again is the target. He takes a lot of damage, but is able to get the portal out of there. But interestingly, Chen needs nerfs gave up a lot of potential structure damage to try and follow up on that kill. They will still get the towers and a little bit of damage on the fort, but it's about standard as what you'd expect from a first Punisher.
Yeah, well, they get the wall. They get the wall. They have a nice time to pick one of the heroes. That's why ETC do the power sliding, try to go for them on the fort, but they destroy a wall and almost they got a fort in this case. I think at this point they will go ahead of Zenon, right, on XP.
Yeah, they already nearly a full level in the lead here. Chen needs nerfs scouting out the Zenon Esports camp take over here, but it doesn't look like they're invading. They did secure their own camp instead, so that's kind of just a trade-off. But when you're this far ahead in XP, I think it's perfectly reasonable to make those kind of trades.
It's true. But they are thinking, well, we got the lead. Let's stay with the lead and see if they come to engage or not.
Indeed.
Play the map and play the XP, the farm. Try to map control before they lose something on a team fight.
Yeah, and
don't lose in this case level.
So far, they're doing very well at doing that. They're approaching very close now to that level 10 talent tier, and that's of course a big one. Once they lock that in, it's going to give them a lot of license to make aggressive plays if they can find them. So they're rotating down to the bottom lane, maybe just looking for the camp here, I think, at this stage.
Let the camp push, go for the objective, do the objective, and push with the objective. I think this is the set mind of Chen in Nerf, and I think they are doing well at the moment.
They certainly are, and scouting out that rotation, not going to try and make an engage onto the Anubarak. Obviously, he's going to be able to escape with his burrow charge. The team were not perfectly lined up for the follow-up there, but we do see Karazim is pulling back, looking towards their Bruiser camp. That is being scouted out by Medivh, but it doesn't look like Zenon are going to try and... Oh, maybe they are going to try and react to an invade. Stukov is pulling in that direction. Looks like they're not going to try their luck here, though.
Oh, a pause.
We do have a pause coming in from Zenon here.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the Shrine is activating in the mid lane in just 20 seconds or so. It seems the teams are also having issues with Discord, so maybe it isn't your side.
Yeah, maybe it's not just on my side, right? But about that play of Karazim in that camp, when you see Karazim in that camp and you see Medivh scouting him and you see maybe Stukov coming to help him or try to do a little pressure or something, you see in the bot lane, ETC knows he have two guys in bot lane with ETC. So he can do the camp.
And we did see another rotation up to top lane by Stukov, trying to make something happen. Not going to be able to get the pick off onto Sonya there, though. She is obviously pretty resilient at escaping those kind of things. And we do see now the Bruiser camp getting secured by Chen Nerfs. Zenon haven't picked up their own Bruiser camp, so they're going to need to respond to that pressure at some point.
At top lane. True. They're gonna have a hard time with that Bruiser's camp pushing.
That's right. So they are looking to make an aggressive move onto the Shrine. All four members of Zenon here. Anubarak going in with the burrow charge. Great Twilight Dream. There goes the Mosh, but ETC is low, and he does actually go down here. Bunker comes out and actually jukes the Dragon Arrow from Hanzo. Great play by Zenon Esports. Karazim also dropping low. Genji chasing him down. Looks like Genji being forced back by Sonya, who has now escaped from the cocoon. But with a man down, Zenon Esports, or with a man dead on Chen Nerfs, Zenon Esports re-engaging. They secure the kill onto Malfurion, and that's going to force Chen Nerfs back here, I've got to assume. But they are looking to still make plays for the objective. They are ahead on the clear on the objective, but not by that much. And now Zenon have actually taken the lead. ETC coming in hard, but the massive shove comes out. Seven-sided, not getting the best value, and Hanzo gets dived here.
And Sunny goes down too. Sunny goes down. Well, that was a smart play by Zenon. They know they have the art camp pushing on the top lane, and maybe the caller says, guys, we need a team fight here. We need the movement here. We need to win something with this objective, and they do, and they win the team fight. Four guys for nothing, I think.
That's right.
4 guys for nothing, and now they got a fourth, and maybe the front wall of the keep. No, but they got a fourth, and they clean the top lane, and they pass in this case Chen on the XP, 13 to 12.
They even up the structures for the teams, and as you say, they take nearly a full level lead in XP, having been a full level down not all that long ago. So really good plays by Zenon. Possibly a little bit of overcommitment to the objective there by Chen Needs Nerfs. Perhaps they should have pulled back at some point and just conceded that objective.
Again, the fight again. Engage again.
And we saw Leyline actually got interrupted, but Karazim goes down, Malfurion as well, and Genji with the follow-on. Looks like that's going to secure the kill onto Hanzo as well. So another triple kill here, and Genji, Chelvin on the Genji there, absolutely just popping off in this stage of the game, securing a lot of kills for the team.
Yeah, securing a lot of kills to the team. And another thing, Blaze is on the point. He do 2 charges, he stand 2 guys or 3 guys at the point on this fight, and they kill 3 guys for nothing. One more time, he commitment to the camp, and they win a team fight on the camp and the camp. And at this point, you see the other game, the other face of the game. You see at this point, Zenon to control the map, control XP, and control the kills. It's gonna be, if they continue like that, it's gonna be hard for Chen to reverse the game to his favor, I think.
That's absolutely right. Currently there is a window where Chen Needs Nerfs are on the same talent tier as their opponents, and I'd like to see them try to make something happen here. Leyline Seal hits 3, huge silence follow up, the CC is there, ETC goes down, Hanzo follows, Karazim trying to escape there, but not going to be able to do so. Malfurion even getting cocooned, and that's going to be a quad kill for Zenon Esports.
And insane, like the Leyline lands on a guy, and the combo with Leyline and next the silence, and the blow up of all these 3 guys, Karazim, Enzo, and Malfurion. That, well, I don't have words for this play. What this team is doing today, I don't have words. It's like insane, spectacular.
Yeah, fantastic plays by Zenon Esports, absolutely. And they've secured themselves a comfortable lead now, as they have taken down the bottom fort, which is particularly good for them, with the objective spawning now in the bottom lane in just a couple of seconds. But they've also got over 2 level advantage over their opponents. They are still only just past level 15 on the side of Chen Needs Nerfs. They've got quite a way to go before they can hit 16 and even those talent tiers up. Looks like they don't feel that they can wait for it. They're coming in to contest the objective. Blaze currently not here, so that does force Zenon Esports to pull back, but Blaze is rotating in, and it looks like Chen Needs Nerfs not keen to give the team fight, and Nubarak coming in.
Mosh pit coming, it's not silence.
But the silence comes out in counter to it. We saw the Twilight Dream come out to deny some of the follow-up, but Karazim being forced back, getting stunned out there, and does get blown up. Genji once again securing the kills. A little bit of anti-synergy there as we saw the Leyline missing, but Sonya coming out of Cocoon unable to escape from that silence, and that's a double kill. That's going to be another objective going over to Zenon, and let's not forget that objective is going to be pushing directly into bottom keep.
Directly into bottom keep. And if in this case the teams have 2 types of movements. One, we go for the objective and try to kill them early if the team don't come with the objective. Another, we go to other lanes, soak more XP to be even in XP. I don't know what move Shen's gonna do, but this game is going to be hard now for Shen if they don't come back in the game with some movement or team fight they win.
Yeah, absolutely. They've definitely got to make something happen here, and I'm sure they are very well aware of that. The difficulty, of course, with that is DIV is always just going to be there, looking over your shoulder, going, what's going on now, folks? Where are you? And it makes it extremely difficult to actually make aggressive plays when you're constantly being revealed to your opponent team. They know exactly where you are and what you're trying to accomplish. So Good play here
39.
by Zenon. They've delayed the objective at 39. Forces Chen needs Nerfs out of their base onto the map to try and pressure that objective to make them cap it. If it had waited long enough, eventually Zenon get their level 20, and with 20, this Punisher would be a core threat. So Chen needs Nerfs had to make something happen there. They do poke in towards the shrine. They force Zenon to actually capture it, and now they're going to look to try and make this defense on the same talent tier. All of the abilities are up. The Punisher goes in, dives onto ETC, but nice avoidance there. We do see that Zenon are just focusing on the keep so far.
On the keep. They are focusing on the keep, but they don't want the team fight end. The frozen engage again on Karazim. They don't want the team fight. They don't care about the team fight. They just want the keep. Look at it.
And very disciplined play. Although as I say that, they do start turning around. They've got the level 20s now, but they are going to pull back here. And I think that makes sense for them. They got what they needed. Trying to fight 5v5 under core, almost certainly not going to be a productive endeavor, even with that talent advantage.
The safe play. The
Indeed.
safe play. The safe play. Okay, guys, we can get the keep. Now we go back and try to destroy other structures.
And,
Well, I always think when you have level 20 and your team do not have, you should force a team fight. But well, they want to play safe, and I think is reasonable in this case.
yeah, for sure. For sure.
And now the team fights, and now they engage on the fort, and they can Leyline lands.
Leyline. Medivh cheats, connecting it with 3. The Twilight Dream comes out to deny a lot of the follow-up, and Chen needs Nerfs, making a fight of it. Sonya gets cocooned. Karazim does get CC'd and blown up. The silence comes out, and ETC goes down as well. These silences from Stukov have been crippling. Sonya trying to escape using her survivability to actually get out of that one, at least so far. But that's another double kill for Zenon Esports. The roots and the follow-up coming out, and Nubarak drops low. Hanzo getting a lot of poke damage in here, but it looks like, unsurprisingly, given that they're 5v3, Zenon are going to be able to safely pull back and disengage from that one, and they're looking to refocus onto mid-keep here. Very, very tough spot for Chen needs Nerfs to defend in. The portal comes out looking at the Hanzo, but he's able to jump out over the wall and escape. But Chen needs Nerfs forced to give up another keep in the mid lane here.
2 keeps, just 1 fort in 1 keep, 2 lanes pulling the catapults, going straight for the core, and Chen's need a move. Chen's need to force a team fight, or at this point they need XP to go to 20, and next to force the team fight to try to win the game. It's gonna like be the next shrine is gonna be the game for me. I think next shrine is gonna be the game. Next team fight is gonna be the game.
Yeah, very, very likely. On the other hand, the next shrine is spawning in the top lane, and obviously Chen needs Nerfs do have a fort and a keep in that lane, so it's not inconceivable that if they were forced to... Oh, the engage coming in from Chen needs Nerfs. They're still not level 20, but the Mosh is so good. Catching 3 here, and Stukov goes down before the Mosh ends. Genji is able to X-Strike out, and Anubarak will burrow charge. But that is a very timely pick-off for Chen needs Nerfs, securing that kill onto Stukov. They've now got 50 seconds while the objective is active to try and make something happen here.
And almost 20. They got almost 20.
But
I know, they should pick one more guy to be a safe shrine, right? I don't think it's gonna be a safe shrine with 4 guys. They're gonna try. They're gonna engage it.
Here comes the ley line, catches 2. We'll see how much follow-up there is. The Anubarak slightly mistiming the burrow charge there. ETC able to just power slide on out, and a very safe, smooth disengage from Chen needs Nerfs. Sonya making the rotation up already, having pushed out the bottom lane, does force Zenon to pull back just a little bit. Stukov will be spawning in 5 seconds, but by the time he can get to the shrine, it is going to be too late as Chen needs Nerfs secure their level 20 and secure this objective.
And secure this objective, right. But look at Zenons. They go like force the bruiser camp of the enemy team to force them to defend the bruiser camp and not going with the Punisher. And at this moment, the Chen need Nerfs. They stop the objective. They go for the core.
Yeah, I think they had to go for the core here. 4-man pressure coming in from Zenon, and obviously Medivh can rotate in very quickly. So Zenon were actually threatening to just race the core, and that successfully forced Chen needs Nerfs to pull back. We did even see the Dragon's Arrow being used with Play of the Game as a global for Hanzo to get back into play, but it does mean that that heroic is going to be down for the next little while. Also, we see Chen needs Nerfs currently with 2 members in defensive positions on mid and bot lane. The 3 members in top lane are getting engaged on. ETC dropping low. Hanzo is in cocoon. He's getting ley-lined immediately out of the cocoon. And then the follow-up. He does dive out, but Genji is following him closely. Will there be enough? No. Hanzo does go down. 7-sided used, and actually Anubarak is dropping very low. He does manage to portal out, though. Huge blaze stun there, and Karazim is going to fall as the silence follows up from Stukov. That is a 2-for-0, and I have to think that is most likely going to be game over for Chen needs Nerfs.
Yeah, Mofilins get picked now. Mofilins get picked now by Genji and Anubarak, and it's 5 guys against 2. They have catapults on the core on 2 lanes. They go for core now. They go for game.
They certainly do. Now we do see that that Chen needs Nerfs have a Punisher on their opponent's core. Oh, the Mosh trying to be used there just to delay Zenon Esports, but it's not enough. And Sonya on her lonesome now, trying to mount a defense against 5 members. Hanzo up in 10 seconds, but Sonya does fall. The core on 70%, and at this late stage in the game, it is going to drop very quickly. 20% still falling, and that is going to be it. Good game, well played by both the teams, but Zenon Esports going to manage to take game 1 of this best of 3, and
losing the game at early.
Yeah, they had some struggles in the first 10 levels of this game, it felt like. But as we got into the mid and late game, they absolutely came online and really started causing Chen needs Nerfs a lot of problems. They were able to secure a lot of pickoffs and also win some very impressive team fights with their sort of wombo combo that they were utilizing there. So really well played out by Zenon. And they will be going 1 game up in the series. We'll be now looking over to Chen needs Nerfs to decide whether they want map pick or first pick going into game 2. And it does look like they're going to be choosing first pick here. So we're going to be going back over to Zenon Esports once again to pick the map for us.
I was checking the stats before. I'm checking the stats now, and it's funny. You have Enzo top damage of Chen needs Nerf. Mm-hmm. After Enzo, you have the Shimara brothers. In this case, you have Enzo, you have Genji, and the 3. The 3rd top damage in the game was Medivh.
Sure.
And well, if you think about it, okay, you have the shield, you have the blast shield, right?
Yep.
Was a great game by Zen, and they lose the early game. They come back on mid game,
mm-hmm.
and the late game's gonna.
Yeah,
was a blowing mind at all.
Yeah, it was very impressive play by Zenon there. As we said, they did have some stumbles and some small struggles in the very early stages of the game in the first few levels, but yeah, they definitely overcame that moving into the mid game and really showed why they are, one of the top contenders in Division 1 of Heroes Lounge with that performance.
I think the name is Kopneg. Oh, I don't know. Copenhagen. Is that the name of the player? Open egg.
Yes, I believe it's
Open egg.
Yes.
He performs very well with Blaze. Always be stunning 1, 2 guys, 3 guys almost of the time. In that is very important when you engage with a hero like Blaze.
Okay, well, it looks like both the teams are confirming that they are good to go. So we are going to jump straight on into the draft for Game 2 here without further ado. So...
Battlefield of Eternity.
Yeah, it's going to be Battlefield picked by Zenon Esports this time. So once again, we will have Chen needs Nerfs with the first pick, first ban here. I'm interested to see whether they adjust their drafting for the map or indeed for what happened in Game 1. And there is a very quick decision to do exactly that, as they are going to be banning out the DIV straight off the bat there.
The respect. The respect of Medivh. Medivh is in this season. He was a very important pick in all of the games, AGC and Heroes Launch. Is a strong hero, I think. In my opinion, he's tier S for sure.
Yeah, absolutely would agree with that. He's very much up there with the top power picks at the moment. So definitely not a bad decision by them to ban him. But it does leave those warriors that they were more focused on in Game 1 available. So we'll see whether Zenon are going to look towards... They're just going to stick with the same banning out Garrosh.
Garrosh. Always Garrosh.
And... Okay, so first pick once again for Chen needs Nerfs. Will they be refocusing on the Diablo? I've got to think they're going to stick with their Hanzo pick from Game 1. He performs extremely well on the objective on this map.
True. And the damage too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely performed well in Game 1. So Zenon now with a double pick. I wonder if they will still look towards the Genji pickup here on Battlefield of Eternity. He doesn't, certainly in the early game, provide the best damage onto the Immortal. They are going to grab Diablo, so that will give them a very aggressive frontliner to try and jump in onto that Hanzo.
And the combos.
Mm-hmm.
And Phoenix is open.
He certainly is. We could be seeing that coming up as a pick here. He also has pretty good race onto the Immortal as well. So that could definitely be a reasonable choice. They are going to stick with their Genji though, and that's going to be.
They have something in mind. With that pick with Genji. Mm-hmm. They leave Phoenix. If you see, they leave Phoenix. Phoenix is free.
Yeah, I mean,
Chen in Nerfs can pick Phoenix now, but they know that. They know they can pick Phoenix, but they have a Diablo to counter Phoenix. When he pop up the teleport, Diablo just charge on him and push him back in this one more character down on the enemy team.
Yeah, indeed. So another 2 picks here for Chen needs Nerfs. So I've got to think they're likely to want to grab a warrior here and possibly the support as well. Although they could grab a warrior and another assassin, possibly. Mm. But if they don't pick a warrior here, they're risking getting restricted. And they're going to actually pick 2. So grabbing ETC and Blaze, they leave the support picks into the second half of the draft. And
I can understand the synergy, okay, the stun with the mosh pit, okay, and the arrow. The following up stance for the enemy team But I have a but. Sorry, I don't know if I can say but here. But I would prefer see Stukov there with ATC.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, that would have been an option for them. I wonder whether Zenon are going to look to ban out one of Malfurion or Stukov and pick up the other one. That certainly could be a viable decision by them.
Yeah, yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you in that one. I think, but I don't know. They're gonna pick it. They're gonna pick it.
They're going to go with the ban on Maiev in the end here. Interestingly to me, I don't know how well that would have fared with the rest of the comp for Chen Needs Nerfs.
The pull, the stun, and the mosh pit.
We're going to see the ban onto Stukov there from Chen Needs Nerfs, which leaves the Malfurion open, and Zenon are going to happily snap that one up. A little bit surprised by that ban from Chen Needs Nerfs insofar as the Stukov performed very well for Zenon last game, but if you ban out the Stukov, then you are likely to have them pick up the Malfurion, and you won't have much chance there.
They go. Yeah. You have Rhaegar with Keratin. Probably they can go with that combo again. I don't think so. But the point here was we don't give you the Stukov. We don't give you the Apocalypse with the silence and the stun. They know that is a dead combo in these days. Enzo suffered with that in the last game, and so I don't think. Oh, look, Leoric is coming up.
Leoric does come in as the solo laner from Zenon. Obviously going to face off against that Blaze from Chen Needs Nerfs, and as you mentioned earlier, that's pretty good for the Leoric.
That's pretty good for Leoric. Leoric is the counter tanks on solo lanes. He almost counter everything, like Sonya, Blaze. Even Arthas, if you play well with them. Even Arthas, you can in this case counter with Leoric.
So going to be last two picks coming in from Chen Needs Nerfs. They're obviously going to need to secure a support here, and either a second support if they're sticking with their double support decision from game one, but I'm more expecting to see a range damage, and there it is, the Tychus coming in alongside the Rhaegar. Now that's going to give Chen Needs Nerfs a lot of damage on the Immortal. Tychus, if he's left to stand still, he's not the best damage onto the Immortal, but he's pretty good, and Hanzo, if he gets some of those W talents, can really chunk down those Immortals. So definitely got a lot of race potential on the side of Chen Needs Nerfs.
It's true. I don't have camera in the stream, but if people can see me, I'm smiling now. I'm smiling a lot. Like these teams are so smart to pick in the pickings. They know if they pick Tychus, they can counter Leoric and they can counter Diablo easily. Easily. If Tychus choose the Odin ultimate and stays behind, attacks can destroy a Leoric in seconds, and they don't have Tomb without your Leoric.
Interesting. We're going to see a last pick Greymane coming in from Zenon, grabbing a race-heavy hero for themselves. That's going to give them a lot more damage onto the Immortal. It also works quite nicely with that Diablo Genji dive in type setup.
And the Silver Bullet.
So just a couple of minutes left, guys. A little bit less by the time you hear this to place your bets on this game 2 of this best of 3.
Do you want to bet with me?
I have already bet. I've bet on Chen Needs Nerfs here.
Okay. I'm going for Zenon. Fair
enough. Well, if you've accrued any points on the Heroes Lounge channel, you can put your money where your mouth is. So we are going in to game 2 here. So let's introduce the teams. On the right-hand side, in red, it is Chen needs Nerfs. They are 1 game down in the best of 3, fighting for their lives in game 2. It is going to be Ravatar on Tychus, Rosmex playing Hanzo, Vasamasti or Froj on the ETC, Galnagana playing Rhaegar, and of course, Breadbucket on the Blaze.
On the left side, Skynox on Malfurion, Nikusu on Greyman, Open Egg on Leoric, Montana on Diablo, and I can see the other one is hiding, and Shelvin on that Genji.
Once again, yes indeed. And we see all 5 members of Zenon rushing straight for the top lane, actually dashing straight in on the tower, trying to get some, quotes, free siege damage. They do get a tower, they take a lot of damage in the process, but they get a free, they do get a tower there, and they're now going to be able to rotate safely down towards the bottom lane. Ooh, Chen needs Nerfs looking to catch Diablo here, and they do it. That's going to be an early kill. First blood once again for Chen needs Nerfs here.
Yeah, well, ETC knows they need to leave, they need to engage and go base, and he chased them, and he got the kill. Well played by Chen.
Indeed. Now we do see Hanzo adjusting over to that W talent, simple geometry on level 1, looking to get some extra immortal race damage out for the team once he's able to get that quest completed. Was the Q quest on the previous game.
Yeah, you got scatter is better on Battle of Eternity because of the immortal. It's a standard build on this map, I think.
Absolutely. Genji is sort of sharking around a little bit, pulled back away from the vision of Chen needs Nerfs. That puts pressure onto the top lane with the threat of a quick Genji rotation, and Breadbucket on the Blaze already having a little bit of a struggle into that Leoric from Zenon.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to counter Leoric in the lane when you have a tank. He can drain you out. It can drain you out a lot.
But insanely fast stacking from Rosmex on that simple geometry. 16 stacks just over 2 minutes into the game. Now that is some quick work.
Yeah. He plays well last game, so I think is a performance we already know is gonna do on this game too. And
sure.
they start the camp. They start the camp at 2:41 seconds. The camp is start.
Yeah, both teams looking towards their respective camps. Genji actually looking for an invade here. He's not going to be quite in time, but Rhaegar is a little bit low, and that's going to be
he got the kill.
A kill for Zenon Esports. That is very unfortunate for Chen needs Nerfs, as the Immortals are just now spawning onto the map.
And the camps, but Chen do the bot camp to counter that Bruiser camp coming. Again, try defending the Immortal, and Zenon try to delete the Immortal at this moment.
Zenon doing a great job quickly racing down the first half of the objective. We do see the halftime. Rhaegar has now returned. We see now that all the members of Chen needs Nerfs are focusing towards the objective. They're running 4-1 with Tychus just DPSing on the Immortal on their side of the map, whilst the team is
Leoric tried to flank. Leoric is trying to flank.
Diablo diving in. Blaze dropping very low already, but so is Leoric, and Leoric is actually the first to fall. Hanzo getting huge damage with that scatter arrow around that middle terrain, where it's able to rebound so effectively, and he has already got simple geometry complete. So the first objective does go over to Zenon Esports. It's got slightly more than half shields, maybe even 2/3 there. but still very nicely held by Chen needs Nerfs, and they should be able to defend this one fairly simply.
Yeah, I think this is the first Immortal. Is the Immortal to destroy 1 or 2 towers, or maybe get the front wall. Not more of that. They're gonna defend it well, I think.
Good route by Zenon trying to catch ETC out, but it's not going to be quite enough to lock him down. And we'll see the Immortal shields have now gone down. One tower has fallen. The other one is surely going to fall as well. Diablo actually diving in aggressively, looking to try and make a play. ETC getting rooted there, but Punisher's not going to do a lot to the fort, I don't think, as it's already dropping very low now. Oh, the fort is getting chunked, actually.
They don't focus the Immortal. You need to be careful on this one.
Yeah, the Immortal does get a surprising amount of value there for Zenon Esports.
Oh, I think was the leg problems.
Could be. And we're back in the game. So, yeah, a lot of value gain from that first Immortal, nearly killing the first fort. It didn't actually quite secure the fort, but what that does mean is there's a big chunk of XP available for Zenon anytime they can push a wave in, or, you know, just get somebody in to poke that fort down.
With Genji.
Yeah,
Genji
sure.
could do that. Genji could do that. Heads up.
Genji, though, is rotating up to top lane. Not going to be able to get much done with Blaze, but Leoric does secure the top spear camp. Aggression now from Chen needs Nerfs in the bottom lane, making a play under their opponent's fort. Diablo dives out, does get chunked down, but it looks like he is going to be able to survive.
That Tychus is the massacre of the tanks. Always Diablo try to engage on the team, it does so much damage, Diablo needs to go back. Always.
Great roots by Zenon, but actually Greymane is dropping extremely low. Nikarasu will be able to jump out of there with that mobility, but the re-engage now coming in from Zenon. Hanzo is low, the flip coming out on Tychus. Greymane there with the follow-up, and that is going to be a kill for Zenon. And they are very, very nearly level 10 right now, as the second objective is about to spawn onto the map. This is a very scary time for Chen needs Nerfs.
True. Level 10, maybe a fourth down. If they do the camp, they're gonna have a camp. He can do the camp. They could do the camp and the camp pushing, but they go straight for the objective. Yeah. With level 10.
Yeah, level 10 now is here for Zenon and not for Chen needs Nerfs. APOC comes down. Great disengage, but the Entomb is there to follow up. ETC dropping extremely low, completely blocked in, and that's going to be a kill for Zenon. Taking advantage of two of their heroics there, at least, using the Apocalypse and then the Entomb as the follow-up after the Apocalypse had done some great work on zoning Chen needs Nerfs there.
Yeah, but in meanwhile, Blaze is still top doing or getting the 10 for his team. To maybe to contest now with 10 for 10.
Indeed, and we see Zenon diving in aggressively onto the Immortal. Hanzo, Dragon Arrow coming out, Blaze with the follow-up, and Greymane dropping extremely low. That is going to be enough to secure the kill, and that's a very quick blow-up. Odin did get popped by Chen needs Nerfs, and we are seeing currently Hanzo focusing on the objective, damaging the Immortal. Meanwhile, the rest of Chen needs Nerfs trying to defend their own. Tychus getting dived on, but the Mosh is good. Catches two, Diablo and Genji, but there's not quite enough damage there to follow up, as Hanzo was not with the team when the Mosh was used. So no kills going to be secured there, but Chen needs Nerfs now in a very good position to actually just race down the Immortal, and they do so with that scatter arrow from Hanzo doing so much burst damage now to that Immortal. dive coming in from Diablo as they're trying to make something happen before the Immortal actually spawns onto the map, but the deny is there from ETC, doing a great job preventing that hard engage. And Chen needs Nerfs are actually 5-man in the top lane. Leoric is bot lane for Zenon. Dragon Arrow coming out, hits 4. ETC comes in with a great power slide. Greymane falling before he has any chance to do anything there. And that is another nice pickoff by Chen needs Nerfs as they have got the aggressive momentum going into this game too. They secure the top fort and their Punisher, or sorry, their Immortal is still on 3/4 health. They're looking for more here.
Yeah, the Immortal want more blood, he thinks. He goes for the front wall, and if Zenon don't look up for his life, maybe he can get the keep. Or no,
flank though. This is now a 5v4. Oh, the Entomb not connecting. Tychus dropping extremely low though. I can't imagine. There's the roots. X-Strike coming out as well. Twilight Dream from Malfurion even. And that's actually now a double kill. Blaze for Chen needs Nerfs rotated down bot lane. But Leoric rotated to the top at the same time and was able to catch Chen needs Nerfs out with an engage, outnumbering them, and definitely took back some of the momentum in this game. Our team's now level pegging on XP, level 13 apiece, and pretty even on structures as well, all things considered.
But this is how you can see the experience of the team. Maybe I'm not certainly, but I think Zenon play more time together than Chen and Nerfs. Because when they need to do the play, they do the play. At this point, they need to engage on Chen and Nerfs to secure a kill or secure a pushing lane. They don't have afraid to do it. Blaze in this case in the bot, get stunned, get locked. A Poker comes up, and yeah, Blaze goes down. These team fights, these team plays, do the difference on this map.
We do see Bruiser Camp now being invaded by Zenon Esports, and looks like they're going to be able to pick this one up, even though Diablo coming in from the flank, but ETC and Hanzo very quick to pull back. Blaze not quite yet respawned. Dragon Arrow coming out, and that's a big stun here. ETC looking for the Mosh. He's not able to connect it though, and the Roots denying the escape. Tychus goes down, ETC as well. Wow, Zenon with a fantastic turnaround there. Suddenly just turning it on, making the pressure happen, and Chen needs Nerfs give up another 3 kills here.
The disengage, the engage, and the blow up. The experience. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but Team Zenon play more time together than Chen and Nerfs?
I mean, it depends what you mean exactly by that. I mean, Chenny's Nerfs have been in one form or another a team in Heroes Lounge for several seasons. I believe Zenon joined last season, so in that sense, not quite, but I mean, I don't know. Obviously, both of these teams have had roster changes over that time as well.
Probably, because Zenons at this point, to me, seems they are my strongest in team fights and team play. Mm-hmm. Just that. The combos, the engage, the stun locks, or they have a good day.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, that can always be a thing when it comes to Heroes of the Storm, and I mean esports in general. Sometimes you're just on fire. Great engage, Apocalypse, and then a huge Entomb. We do see Tychus popping that Odin. Bunker being used as well. Chen needs Nerfs doing a great job of actually managing this engage. Genji dropping very low, having to pull back. The damage coming in. Greymane goes down to a power slide from ETC. Malfurion is now the target. It looks like, though, Chen needs Nerfs refocusing themselves onto the objective, but Diablo and Genji, they're going to be able to secure the objective on the other side of the map. And that's another Immortal. Despite the Greymane kill, Immortal does go over to Zenon Esports. Looks like Chen needs Nerfs are trying to chase here, but a great route from Malfurion will deny it.
Another immortal for them. It's like they can capitalize the damage on immortal too fast.
But Chen needs nerfs obviously do have a lot of damage against the immortal as well. We see Zenon Esports, even without Greymane being present, making an aggressive move here. Tychus getting dived on by Diablo once again, but looks like he's going to be able to get out this time. Immortal is now on the keep, and it looks like it's going to take the keep wall, but it's dropping pretty fast here. So we should see that cleared up before it gets much damage onto the keep, I should think.
They're gonna force.
Looks like they're going to try here, but the defense attempt at least is there. Leoric dropping very low to that minigun from Tychus does force Zenon back here, and the keep will survive for Chen needs nerfs.
Half health, the keep. The keep is in half health, but he disengaged. He knows. They know well.
Oh, great Dragon Arrow. Trying to deny Malfurion from escaping, and the follow-up is there. Power Slide as well. Blaze. Oh, here comes the Mosh. It does catch one, and Greymane is going to fall. And speaking of forcing, I think Chen needs nerfs are looking for a keep themselves.
They going for a keep. They're gonna take the keep out.
They've got 30 seconds here. I don't expect they're looking towards core, but
maybe
they're positioning like they will, and they are indeed going through. Tychus popping Odin, level 17 apiece. 15 seconds before Malfurion respawns. Entomb comes out. The APOC as well. That's a lot of damage, and ETC does go down. Bunker is used, but Hanzo not able to get to it. However, he does get the Ancestral, and Hanzo will secure the kill onto Genji, but also Rhaegar going down. Tychus and Blaze, the last ones here for Chen needs nerfs, and they're going to fall. That is very, very bad news for them. We will see that Chen needs nerfs. I mean, they secured the keep, but with all of them dying on core there, they didn't even get any damage on the core.
Yeah, and they're gonna get maybe a full immortal to defend. At level 18, full immortal. And it's gonna be hard to defend it. I can understand. I can understand the force. I can understand the. I want to try to win the game on this moment, but I think they need to calm down and come back a little bit and play a little more. Now the Entomb
getting caught out. Entomb is there. Dragon Arrow trying to deny the follow-up, and it does. ETC survives. And CNN now all here looking to make the engage happen. Leoric dropping pretty low, but ETC gets charged and he is going to go down. Diablo very low, Leoric very low, but ETC is the one who fell here. And Zenon so far able to retreat without any actual casualties.
They got a hard casualty if that immortal is going to 0. I don't think so. It's pretty early to say that, but they need to do something about it, and that is the moment.
That is. So both teams pulling back, grabbing camps here rather than actually engaging over the objective. ETC will be back up in about 5 seconds, but it looks like Chen needs nerfs have chosen to just concede this objective now over to Zenon. It's going to be a very nearly full health, full shield immortal there, but there is a lot of pressure coming in on the top lane. Catapults, a bruiser camp, now a siege camp as well, and that's going to force a response on the top side of the map from Zenon, which I think CNN are looking to use that space to actually clear up the immortal here.
Yep, they got some space, but I think they go try at least the engage of the. Oh, they go for 4. They go with 4. They go with 4.
They do indeed. 5-man defense here, of course, from Chen Needs Nerfs. The shields are now down. They may still be able to save this keep if they're sharp about it. The wall goes down, as does the well, but the keep will survive, and that's obviously a very big deal for Chen Needs Nerfs. They are now down the level 20 talent. They're about just over a level away from getting that one for themselves, but
a level and a half.
They're very much so still in the game here.
Yeah, they are. They trade camps for Immortal. Smart play by them.
Absolutely was, because it forced such a strong reaction from Zenon that they were not really able to get value, or get full value, I suppose I should say, out of that objective. But it's awkward here for Chen Needs Nerfs. It's very difficult for them to pick up Soak. That top lane is pushing with the catapult, so it is permanently pushed into Zenon's base. It's very difficult for Chen Needs Nerfs to easily get the XP from that. And, you know, that leaves only one lane that they can consider. So they want to try and get XP from the bottom lane, but they can't afford to get engaged on.
At some point, it is not good at all if that lane is always pushed. And I think Zenon is doing that. They don't kill all the minions. They left the lane pushed to, in this case, delay the 20 for Chen.
That's absolutely right.
As you see, the lane is not pushed. The lane is in the middle, and they delay the XP to 20.
And they're looking to try and get an engage here. Diablo and Leoric with the rotation. Apocalypse comes down. It does connect, and that is Hanzo going down in very short order. The Mosh comes out, but Twilight Dream is there to interrupt it, and that's a triple kill for Zenon Esports. And I've got to think they're looking to end the game with that play. Greymane diving in onto Tychus there, not able to actually secure the kill. The Hellgate coming out from Diablo, but again, not quite able to catch the Tychus out there. The keep does fall. I don't know whether we're going to see Zenon push straight onto core. Looks like we are. Tychus popping Odin there very early on. Rhaegar getting caught out, does get stunned against the core, and he is going to fall. Tychus on his own with the defense. He is in Odin, but he's going to fall as well. That is going to be all she wrote for Game 2. And good game, well played by both of the teams for sure. But Zenon Esports are going to be securing a 2-0 victory in this match.
True.
So, what are your thoughts overall on those games?
Well, I think
that last game particularly.
On the last game, I think the teams play pretty even each other, one against each other. The few things, the team fight combos, the stun locks, and the kill, the engages, the solo kills was the difference to Zenon's from the Chen did nerf. That's win the game for Zenon's at my viewpoint. The solo kills and the team fight combos.
Yeah, absolutely. They continued the trend from game 1. They did seem to fall a little bit behind in the early game, but as we got into the mid and late game, they were able to absolutely take control of that game and managed to pull out the win. Congratulations to whoever correctly bet on Zenon Esports, because it looks like they made quite a decent chunk of points there, with only, I believe, only one person betting on them. Okay, so
is that you betting on Chen?
No, I bet on Chen, yes, but I lost. Okay, so we are going to jump over to Match Lounge A on Discord and voice channels and have a word with Chelvin. Hello and congratulations, Chelvin. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing pretty well. 2-0. It was pretty good after our yesterday's match.
Okay, so before we jump into today, what happened yesterday?
Yeah, well, our draft were just bullshit. Like, honestly, we outdraft ourselves really bad.
Okay.
That's all that happened. Like, Braxis was like pretty even, but BOE, just with our comp, we didn't stand a chance.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, obviously you ironed out those wrinkles coming into today's game. So looking at game one there, we were watching for the Blaze pickup in the draft. Because both yourselves and Chen Needs Nerfs used that pick a great deal, and it made it all the way through to the second half of the draft. Was that a surprise to you?
Like, we prioritize Blaze pretty heavily, but I can see why people don't ban or pick him early, since there are just way too many heroes that you can pick up right now. So yeah, it didn't surprise me that much, though.
Sure. Okay. And obviously, Chen Needs Nurse came out with something a little bit unusual into game one, picking up the Karazim in the back portion of their draft. How did you think that your composition matched up against theirs as you were coming out of the draft and into the game?
You mean game one or two?
In game one, sorry, where they picked the Karazim sort of double support.
Yeah. Like, with our comp, all I had was just good wave clear with Hanzo level 4 and sustain. So if you just dive someone and he instantly dies, like, they have no chance of winning a team fight since they had no damage with their comp. Like, at some point at our camp, I think EC had a 3-man mosh with that arrow.
Yeah.
And they just couldn't kill me. Like, instead of Karazim having the damage there, we should all have been dead there.
I have a question for you. You don't be afraid when you see Karazim picked by the other team, by Chen, and it just solo you with a 7-sided strike. In some way, they lock up you and do 7-sided strike on you to try to kill him.
Yeah, they could have locked us down, but yeah, they didn't really execute it correctly in my eyes. Like, we don't play double support comps, but so I don't really know how you should execute it, but just engage, kite back, and keep doing that back and forth, I think.
Well, I think some of the Stukov silences and the Medivh portal engages made that extremely difficult for them, because those look pretty on point. Obviously, you were providing a great deal of follow-up as well on your Genji. But yeah. Looking into map 2, I wasn't entirely sure whether you would stick with the Genji pick going on to Battlefield of Eternity. What are your thoughts on Genji for that map?
Well, our strategy was to leave Hanzo open, since they're just going to pick it. And then go for a dive comp like Diablo and some follow-up. And because I'm pretty confident on my Genji, well, we just picked that Genji up.
Fair enough. And then, of course, we saw a bit of a blast from the past coming back into your draft with Greymane as your last pick. Was that always planned, or was that reaction to something?
Like, we still needed some someone that could dive with me in Diablo and some race. So Greymane, of course, perfectly fits that role. So why not bring him back?
Fair enough. Well, you certainly made it work. Both of those games looked like you had a few little stumbles, I guess, in the early game. But then once we got into the mid game and the team fights were going down, you guys seemed to control the flow of the game very impressively. So congratulations from me, I guess. D-Fox, did you have any questions or any other questions for Chelsea?
Yes, I have. When the early game, when the game starts in the early game, you guys seems to lose a little bit. But like Bess said, you in mid game and late game always control the team fights. That is your way to play. That is your strategy. Like, what your thoughts about that? What your thoughts about your play style in this case? Early game is a little bit behind, but in the mid game, in the late game, you guys are like insane with the combos. Yeah, always on the points, always on the point, always on the portal, always on the silence, always. How can you do that? How can you?
That's just gotta play as a team, really. Like, we get caught early pretty often. I agree with that, but our team fights are just really good. I feel like we can control team fights really well. Just target calls, kite back, and re-engage. Just how we play, really.
You are the caller, right?
No.
Him?
I call team fights, but or tank is the overall shot caller.
I have other question for the second game. You guys just go forward to a tower and come back. Why you guys don't come back at all to like go to the fountain or go to shrine?
Like, the idea was there to just get a tower and Mies Genji disrupt their mounts, and I just go soak bottom to get a little lead. Since I felt like early game they could fight us better, without Diablo having souls. So yeah, that was pretty much the idea behind that.
Okay, that's for me. It's all for me. In my opinion, you guys play like insane.
Good to hear.
You guys play insane. The team fights, the control of team fights, the control of the stuns, the combos. You guys are on a point, and I want to see you guys in open division and try to win that spot.
Yeah, we'll show them.
Let's go.
So with this win, this is sort of securing you and Mimeldor's Meme Machines as the top two teams in Division 1. Coming up pretty close now towards the end of the season. I mean, that's your 8th match played. Mimeldor's Meme Machines have played 6 so far themselves. So that's, sorry, it's your 7th is what I meant to play. What are your thoughts going into the end of the season? Obviously, you're pretty much secured. Probably you are secured now for a spot in the playoffs. What are your thoughts on that? Who would you like to face again going into the playoffs? And any thoughts on that sort of thing?
Well, the only team worth mentioning now is Death Knight's team, of course, since we lost to them. But yeah, if we just get our draft straight, I'm pretty confident we can win. So yeah, I think we had all the mentionable teams. Like, yeah, I think that's about it.
Looks like I'm just looking over your match history. It looks like you've played almost all, if not all, of the top teams in the table at this stage. Maybe DNA. You guys haven't faced DNA yet, right? No.
Yeah, I'm pretty good friends with their captain. So yeah, they're garbage.
Okay, shots fired. Good stuff. Right. I think that's it in terms of questions, my friend. So thank you very much for joining us and congratulations on your win. Do you have any shout outs or plugs? Anything you want to say to the stream?
Yeah, shout outs to my team. To Niku for the clutch ley line. Shout out to Dead Knight. We're coming for you in playoffs. Yeah, that's about it.
I think you should definitely not shout out Gino.
Why not?
Because he's screaming in caps in chat to say his name.
No, I'm not going to shout out people that ask for it. No way.
Good stuff. Okay, well, that's it from us then. Thank you very much, Chelvin, for joining us for the interview. Look forward very much to seeing what you guys pull out for the rest of the season, and of course, what you guys can do when it comes to playoffs time.
Yeah, will do. Thanks.
Cheers. Okay, folks. Well, that is going to be basically it for the stream for tonight. I think, let me just double check. Yeah, looks like our other channels have ended there. Oh no, looks like we're still going over on Heroes Lounge 3. I believe Omen is over there casting Killer Koalas versus Low Fat Gamers. So if you're looking for some more Heroes Lounge action to keep yourself entertained for the next little while, go and check out Heroes Lounge 3. But that's all we have time for tonight. So D-Fox, any shout outs, any plugs, any last words you've got for the stream before we wrap it up?
Yes, I do. First, I wanna thank you to helping me on this cast. I'm new at this, as you know. Second, I want to thank you to Heroes Launch to provide this entertainment for people and players in amateur competitive. And third, I want to thank you, chat, all of you to stay here and support the stream and the competitive players. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bias. Thank you, Heroes Launch.
Awesome. Well, it's been a lot of fun. I hope we get another chance to cast together somewhere down the line. And I hope when we do, we get to see some more fantastic games as we have done tonight. But as you said, that is going to be it from us. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you for watching, and look forward to seeing you all again very soon. But for now, have a great night.